Hello AOS fans.
We're a bit rusty.
We're back again. 2 talking heads this time. All the more possibility of rambling. We've got an unboxing for you today. It's such an important unboxing that Pete has made it over here.
Yep.
And so we are going to have a look at Necromunda Underhive.
This is the thing I think everyone thought they were going to get back when Shadow of Armageddon came out. But now they've got it in its all glorious Necromunda-ness.
Yep. I actually don't know much about this game. It's kind of passed me by. We've been so shades by focused.
Yes.
But I know you played it more in the back in the day.
Yeah.
But it's basically gang warfare again, isn't it?
It is back to you go back to the houses as they are kind of thing within Necromunda. I think they tried to make each of the groups in this one a bit more specific to certain things. I mean, they were specific before, but in this one, like the Goliath house is in charge of all like the big furnace systems and that kind of stuff.
Within the city.
Within the hive.
Within the hive.
So
the hive, and how is a hive different from Shadow of Armageddon?
It's not. It's
okay.
just a different one.
It's just a different hive.
Necromunda is.
Is that a different
hive?
If I
get it wrong, I think it's a different hive. But there's obviously most people know that hives are the giant cities on the industrial planets that reach for kilometres up into the sky, and the underhive is all of the bit like anywhere. You get a big build up of industry and stuff, and you end up with all the skanky bits underneath and all the nasty stuff, and that's the underhive, which is where all the gangs fight.
Fair enough. Thank you for that history lesson.
There you go.
And this game, it says on the back here, is for 2 or more players. Presumably the box will kind of going to come with 2 gangs.
Yes, Escher and Goliath.
And play time approximately 60 minutes. So probably clock in about 2 hours.
2 hours 45. I think if you play the board game version, that's one of the big differences in this version, is that there's a board game sort of version of it, because you've got, which we'll show you in a minute, but there's all these boards inside, and you can use those to make your.
How do you know we haven't unboxed it yet? There could be anything inside.
Well, there's a picture on the back, right?
Okay, but we don't actually know what's anyway.
We don't. That is true.
But it does tell us on the back actually. The box contents is a 104-page rule book. That doesn't sound like it's going to take 60 minutes. 9 double-sided card tiles, 7 plastic hatches, 9 plastic barricades, 5 plastic loot crates. Yes, Christmas is coming. Deck of 70 game cards, range ruler, 16 Necromunda dice, 20 plastic Citadel miniatures.
And approximately about 13 kilos of lead, I think, as well.
Yep, we've gone back in time with this one.
We're back into the 80s GW models.
Yeah.
Enough lead in there to kill a small school. And
I suspect it probably isn't lead, but we'll find out. No. But it is. What we're alluding to is that it's really heavy. I can't really demonstrate it without breaking it.
I'm just going to smash Pete in the face here to distribute.
But it is very, very heavy.
Yes. This feels heavier than the Shadow of Armageddon one.
Definitely.
I'm not sure how. It must just be because it's got more card. And
there was no card in.
It's going to be more solid.
There was no card in Armageddon, was there really, apart from the tokens?
A few tokens. That's
but there's no. It's all plastic scenery, isn't it?
Yeah, which is much more hollow.
Yeah. You can't even buy that anymore, can you?
What?
The
Shadow of Armageddon. You can't buy the game. No, you can't buy that. You can buy all the terrain.
Yeah, bits separately. Can you buy the book?
You can buy the book, yeah.
But you can't buy in a box.
Yeah, they released an upgraded version of the book with all the extra gangs in, or different factions or whatever. This is the one that actually has gangs in.
Okay, yes.
And this will be, at least if it sticks to the original Necromunda, it will be all human. Male and female.
Male and female, but I have heard that it's male and female rather than male and or female. If you see what I mean, there's not. It's either there's a female gang, there's an all female gang, and all the rest, and mostly all male gangs.
At least the Escher one, they do go on quite a bit about how they don't need men, and they have them purely for breeding purposes, but mostly in vats and things and whatever. So anyway,
there are women on the table on the box. I'm not sure. Perhaps talk about that a bit later.
Yeah. We'll maybe go on some touch on that one in a while. But let's open the box. Let's peel off the plastic.
Let's have a look.
It's so long since we've done an unboxing.
Speak for yourself. Did one last week.
So, shiny box.
It's got a scratch on it.
Ah, it's a bit creased over here as well. It's disgraceful. Send it back. Don't worry. Not interested. Brutal gang warfare in the 41st millennium.
Good box squeak.
Ooh, lots of plastic already.
Yeah, plastic waft.
Plasticky smell, plasticky waft.
So, for those of you who like them, first thing back are the templates, which are good and plasticky. Are they
orange?
Games Workshop 1998.
Ah, it seems so they're brilliant.
So these are old school.
They've got warehouses from them. We've just got to do a game with these just so we can get rid of them.
old school templates. Yeah, and then these
go straight into the game.
These, however, are 2017.
These are packed to the gills with details. The heads have different hair.
Oh my goodness!
On this one, the female ones, you've got heads that have been scalped off, lopped at the cranium.
Oh my goodness!
And they have different hairstyles to go with. So you really can make these customised.
These are women.
Yeah, these are the female ones.
Yeah, these are probably going to be too difficult for me.
They are really
stick together.
Small.
Wow.
I mean, these are a bit like Eldar, a bit like the Dark Eldar or the Drukai as they're now called in the Gangs of Camorra.
Oh yeah,
that kind of level of spindliness. I mean, these is going to be a nightmare if you want to convert them. I personally can't convert to save my life because I can't use anything less than a hatchet. So
yeah, they do actually have separate. Like this guy's got spaces for his hair. Do they have Mohicans? Do they? I don't know.
Yep,
yeah. They've all got Mohicans. All the Mohicans are on separate little bits of sprue.
Yes, there are tons of little pieces on here. There's bits for sort of like shoulder pads and stuff like that. I don't know whether, we'll have a quick look in the instructions in a moment, but I mean, they're cut off at the knee as well, so the boots are all separate and everything. I mean, my God, some of these are like 30-piece models. They're really detailed.
They are incredibly detailed. I will try and put some together and tell you how I got on. I'm kind of like the journeyman assembler. Actually, did it have an age on it?
This is giving me a headache just looking at the size of these pieces.
Did it have an age on the back? I'll try and hold this. Hold this down and try and have a look. No.
Is it going to be the standard GW sort of? Oh, there we go, 12 plus.
12 plus. Okay, interesting. Because I found some of the models, yes, the 12-year-old can assemble them. Others not so much.
If you're a, I mean, 12-year-old me would have had a pretty good go at these, but yeah, they're really small.
I'm not sure my son, he's just 12. I'm not sure he would assemble those without spoiling them.
They've got some terrain pieces here.
Certainly without losing his temper. These are hefty.
Hefty, yeah. I love the barrier pieces with all the bullet holes, the bullet riddled pieces of metal. You've got all the bullets in the front here, and then you've got all the dents in the back here. So
nice.
As you can see,
nice. These are clean actually. These haven't been shot.
So you've got some. I think they're the bulkheads.
Okay.
And then these pieces are the barrier pieces.
I'm looking for a.
There's a nice little
copyright on here. I can't see a copyright.
Yeah. Copyright 2017.
Okay, on that one. I can't see one on this one.
And there's lots of little other pieces. There's lots of the weapon caches, boxes with all bullets, and there's a little.
Nice.
There's a tentacle.
Great attention to detail. I like the tentacle. I saw the tentacle and I handed it to you. I do like a tentacle. There's a skull there. One of those sort of skull with the.
Oh yeah,
they're called
servo skull.
Yeah.
Loads and loads of detail. Everything we've come to expect from GW.
I can't see a copyright thing. So I think I'm gonna knock a few of those off with some blue stuff. But I'm not really. Mainly because I'll be terrible.
And then there's an assembly guide, which literally has things on like. I mean, it's got very specific numbering.
Yeah.
But then you've got boxes with different things, and so it's like you can either put this bit or you can put some other bits.
So we're looking at, did a quick count up, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pieces, maybe more. Or that's a separate. I think it is 7 pieces.
No, about 10 because you've got the head there.
Oh,
you can have 2 instead of one head, and you've got.
Yeah, but that's the same. Is that not the same head?
No, that's the hair going onto the head.
Sorry, I mean, but that's 2 pieces there. Sorry.
And this is Jelena or Jelena.
Yeah.
Jelena. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. And you've got
Wow.
So it shows you how you can make the different tune out of the pieces.
Okay.
And it's saying if you use these blue pieces, you make Marika. Okay. Or if you use the red pieces, you make Jelena.
Yeah.
Or Jelena. And then you've got Kaya or Nakomi and so on and so forth.
I assume it's quite hot in the Underhive.
Well, they don't have a lot on, do they? For people who specialise, these guys specialise in like all the alchemical.
Right, really? They're chemists?
Yeah.
Okay, yes.
And they've got exposed midgets.
And they don't wear lab coats, that's terrible.
It's disgraceful. I don't see any, any goggles anywhere on any of them.
I kind of feel, I know there's been a huge debate, I don't really want to get massively into it because I get myself into trouble when I do, about representation in Games Workshop games. I kind of feel with this game they've put women in, but they've put them in bikinis. And like you say, it doesn't make sense with the story. It doesn't make any sense with the story. I kind of feel like they've poured fuel on the fire. Yes, I know. So you were about to say Escher
They
were a
are
gang,
an original gang,
which is fine.
And the look of them does kind of match with the original,
but
it could bring up
the original's 20 years old.
Yes,
things have changed.
I could update it a bit now.
I feel a little bit like it's.
Now, I'm sure there are a lot of people that are going to go, yeah, but you look at the Goliath models and they've just got big muscly arms everywhere and all this kind of stuff. And yeah, maybe they do, but
It's not the same.
Yeah, it's not the same. And if that's your argument, then you're just wrong. Sorry. So anyway, moving on. They could maybe make the models a bit more than exposed midriffs and metal bikinis.
I'm a little bit disappointed. I'd say it's not too bad. They're not too bad, but they are. I don't think they're going to help the debate. Anyway, we won't talk about that anymore.
Yes.
I'm sure other people will talk about it elsewhere.
We're going to go on to the next things. In here we've got a little pack of cards. All cards. We like cards. Cards are my new favourite thing. Cards make the game now. That's all a different game, sorry.
Yes, so is that your deck? Do you make your deck with that?
Yeah. Well, you do actually... trying to open it.
While he opens that, I found some bases. They have...
There's an age limit on this pack of cards.
A whole load. Oh, he's opened it now. I'm just going to talk about the bases anyway, because it's easy. It's an easy win.
Is it easy?
Easy win. The bases are...
They're 32 mils, but
they're what's the word I'm looking for? They're moulded.
They are moulded ones.
They
quite
are.
Funky.
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I suppose it shows the Games Workshop spreading out their sort of range. I mean, they sell bases, stylized bases for other things.
They do.
The game actually comes with them. It's not your standard black slotters. Well, there are different sizes.
There's some, what look like 20 mil ones.
Are they for the women because they've got smaller feet?
Danger. And the big 32 mil ones, obviously for the big butch guys.
Interesting.
So some very nice bases, and we've got cards.
They are actually for the. The women do actually look like they're smaller.
Yeah, I think they are. So we've got a big deck of cards here. Some empty ones, which you can write on.
Oh, but we won't.
No, we won't. We should never do that. We will photocopy them and blow them up into massive A4 sheets. One so that we can actually write on them with our crippled arthritic hands.
They are nice, though.
Yes. And then you've got pre-written cards like all those different people. Rourke and Bone Snapper. I think no Walks are in this one. Knox the Ripper. And these have all your stats on. So you've got your good old-fashioned stats. So you move and your weapon skill.
Oh, it's back to those.
But weapon skill, ballistic skill is the new style. 4+, rather than weapon skill of 4 or whatever.
Yes.
Strength and toughness, wounds, initiative, which is 4+. I'm not sure what initiative's used for, but it's used for something else in this game. And then you've got 4.
You've got leadership, coolness, willpower, and intelligence. My woolly word.
Yeah, so those things are for other stuff. And
we've gone way back.
But we've also got the little weapon chart thing right underneath, which is handy.
Yes.
It's some of the old and some of the new.
Interesting.
Fused together.
I'm intrigued that they've kept the what they call them, the personal characteristics.
Yes.
I'm intrigued by that.
And you've got the credits up in the corner, so you can build your gang. So unlike Shades by you do customise your gang again.
Right.
On a different level, and there's all different kinds of people in here. Marika, that's your champion for the Escher gang. She's 220 credits. I'm going to guess you've got 1,000 credits to make a gang up. And you've got other ones there. And then below all of these cards, you've got tactics cards.
Okay.
And these
are they
like
like ploys?
They're a bit like ploys. Pick up a ploy. Escher tactics on this one, and further down you've got gang tactics.
So you play it, and then you can do things. Play this card when an enemy fighter makes a charge action. Ooh, it does sound right. It sounds like Shadespire indeed. After they move, but before they make their attacks. Pick a readied fighter from your gang. They can make a standard move, adding D3 inches to the distance they can move, as though they were charging towards the enemy fighter who charges. As a counter charge. The counter charging fighter cannot make any attacks, but they can make reaction attacks and something.
And grant assist interference as normal. There's all different kinds of
gas trap. Well, that's what Pete had to deal with when he arrived this evening.
Inhuman resilience.
That's what Pete had.
Brutal charge. Click.
Is that when your Wi-Fi goes down?
Yeah, I like that though. The weapon immediately runs out of ammo.
Okay.
Check, so your opponent lines up.
I see. You go click,
and you just go, no, not today. Loads of different ones in there, so they're all
nice. It's a bit of dynamism to the game.
Yeah, it's a bit like when they released the different cards in Blood Bowl as well.
I knew you were going
to spice things up. Although people don't like them in Blood Bowl. Loads of people hate them. I love them, but loads of people don't like them.
Is that because they randomise it?
It adds such a random factor. Yeah. So those are the tactics cards, which I quite like. Quite fun.
It could be interesting to see how they play, I guess. And
once again, they've trotted out some special dice.
Are they actually
so
special?
Blood Bowl,
Or are they
we got D16 in Blood Bowl, and here we've got specialist dice again. Now we're going to come back in 5 to 10 minutes and Robin's open the pack.
We'll be back after these messages. So these dice, you can see here, are very special. They have the numbers from 1 up to 6 on them, which is quite incredible.
And the 6 is the Necromunda symbol thing, which the big thing seems to be these days. 6 isn't just 6 anymore.
No, you can't do that. You have to brand it.
You've got to do something like It's all about branding, it's all about product awareness and placement.
Yeah.
But there are other dice.
There are other dice. My facetiousness has ended.
Yeah. Your facetiousness never ends.
I'm just storing. It's just recharging. I should need it in the morning when the children are up. That's my exercise for the day.
Breaking a sweat just watching.
Yeah. Do you want to do those? So these look like they may be some sort of injury dice because this has a broken bone on it, which is quite smart. Quite like that. Broken bone, a skeleton, a skull, presumably death for death. And
or X-ray. Maybe they've just been sent for an X-ray.
Well, that's probably X-ray. Don't you think? That one.
Yeah.
And then this one's got a blood and a hospital sign.
Yep.
Intriguing. And there's two. I assume the colours are for each gang one.
Could be, yes. Yeah. Just to differentiate.
Black and yellow is quite nice actually. It's quite a nice contrasting.
Black and yellow. Hello.
Quite a nice contrasting colour for
Over
dice.
here I've got 2 classic dice here. I've got the scatter dice.
Classic. Wow. Okay.
Dice, and that'd be for you.
This is a really odd mix of the old and the new.
It is. And this one's new. You've got, I think these are to do with ammo. So you've got dice that has 3 bullet holes, 2 bullet holes, 1 bullet hole, and then a bullet hole with a bullet. A black and a yellow, and a yellow and black version. I'm not really sure what they're for, but we'll find out at some point. So that's them. It's quite funky.
Spare plastic bag.
Plastic bag.
Plus
placky
1 point.
Bag count 1.
Plus 1 point.
Probably need more placky bags though, because we've got all these cards here as well. Placky bag count 2.
Oh, and the new flexi plastic ruler.
Oh, we've lost something here. Oh, no, I think that's a bit rubbish. I think you're okay.
Okay, should we do the boards?
Let's do the boards.
Boards.
This is the weight that's in it. This is the 13 kilos.
The weight, that and this sprue.
Oh yeah, you could club a man with that. You could really do some injury with that.
We don't have to right now.
We don't have to. Where would the fun be? I do like the detail in this. Like you've got a hatch here, and on the other side you've actually got all the cog workings of how the hatch would open.
Yeah, the design thought that's gone into the new plastic is quite incredible, isn't it?
Some of the old plastic, it was just a case of, here's a thing, and they didn't really think it through, but they put a lot of thought into these ones.
So this is a token sheet. I'm not going to go through that. Not going to go through that.
All your various tokens for injuries and stuff.
Do you know
what that is?
That
it's a fire arc.
Very X-Wing.
Yeah.
So you put it on the base. There's one for each. That's presumably for the 20 mil.
Yeah.
And
the other one's for the 32.
When I never.
Yeah, there you go.
When I never. So if I'm just going to throw this out there, if they can make tokens that fit around the bases for this game, Necromunda, why don't they do it for Shadespire? Just throw it out there.
Just saying. Hashtag. Although lots of people have already done third-party ones for that, so.
Which we would never entertain.
If you want to send us some to review.
So these are the boards.
Are the board sections. These are what make up your battlefield. Now, I noticed they're all on squares, but I don't think that this game uses squares.
Okay. What does it have? The things have movement characteristics?
Yes, they do. He said, just making stuff up on the fly. But you're used to that, right? They do have movement 5 inches, and you have the see-through ruler.
Oh yes, you do. Of course you do. Yes.
And there's a bit on the see-through ruler which is quite funky. There's a little red line down the middle of it to do line of sight stuff.
Oh.
And
is that new? Or did the other one?
Red lines. I think
is it on the other ones too? I've never noticed it.
No, I think it's on the other one as well. And these boards are nice. I like these. It's all manner of industrial ruin and decay on there. Lots of symbols and stuff on it. There's industrial, the Mechanicum skull on that one.
They do like their Mechanicum skull, don't they? It's almost like
their Mechanicum
skull. Almost like their de facto logo these days.
It is.
Oh, along with this one. The Aquila. Yeah, that's what.
Or Aquila, how do you pronounce that? Eagle, basically.
Yeah, I think Roman would be Aquila, but it's obviously not Roman. It's obviously completely not based on Romans. It's completely different.
And there's ones where you've got like toxic waste spillage all over the place, which is quite funky. Like that one, like it a lot.
Well, like it's good. The hole, yeah, like nice depth there as well.
Oh, I like that. Well, they're nice. I like them.
Brilliant. I was going to ask you, and I remembered during the middle of those boards, what are the blank cards for? I know they're obviously for writing your own things on. Can you design your own gang members?
Yes, I think you can. I think you can design. They must be.
Oh, they're here.
I'll just make it out one of those ones.
They're here.
I believe they're so you can make your own gang up, and that's a pre-made deck. And I'm assuming we'll have to look in the rules, which we're about to peel the wrap off of.
I've got to say, it was a good chunky rulebook, 103 pages, I think it said. And there's actions on the back here. Move, shoot, aim. So simple move, basic move, double move, that's charge. Take cover, basic. Coup de grace, I remember the coup de grace. Simple. Reload, simple. Operate door, simple.
Not so simple.
Access terminal, basic. Force door, basic.
Opening door is not simple.
Crawl through ductway, double. Fire through ductway, basic. Smash open loot casket, basic. Bypass loot casket lock. Carry loot casket and ammo cache, simple. Interesting. They are actually cards. There's 2 cards in here. Sort of aid memoirs for the rules. So engage fighters, pinned fighters, shooting sequence. Declare the shot, check the range, make the hit roll. Target is pinned, resolve damage.
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, injuries. Out of action, serious injury, flesh wound.
It's got the new wound system from 8th edition.
Oh, it has, yes. It's this strength twice, the toughness 2+.
It's a very weird combination of old and new.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying I dislike it. It's like they've just not made it new for the sake of being new. They've kept the old bits that
worked.
Or maybe some people argue they don't work, especially with templates. But it's hard to have to show up how a flavour would work when you've only got about 10 models.
I guess you probably. I assume the I don't know this, but I assume the problem with templates was that people would spend hours lining up the template to absolutely get the most
and then
possible.
The argument of who's under it and who's not under it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm guessing in this game, because your gang's likely to be reasonably spread out across the board.
Chances are you're only going to hit one or two anyway.
Yeah, you're not going to be.
And I'm guessing, and I don't know, we'll have to see how the rules go, but I'm guessing it's going to be just a case of if you're on the template at all, you hit, rather than fit more than 50% or less than 50%. But that's just me assuming something there. So. But that's like 90% of what we do, so.
Especially in unboxings.
Yes.
Sorry, I'm just sitting there reading the rules. You're not going to help you, is it? So this is the rule book. So there's a bit of Gangs of House Escher.
So there's a bit of fluff. Oh no, there's
Escher gangs. Oh, the actual gangs.
So you got all the points values for all the weapons, and so you got leaders, champions,
naming
and
your Escher characters. So yes, so you've got the Escher
gang here,
Escher gang thing.
All of the stats and how you build up, and it's a bit like Shadow War Armageddon, or you could say that Shadow War Armageddon's a bit like
how to name them.
Necromunda, in that you've got to pick your gang, you pick your leader and your champions, and your other gangs.
Oh, I see. So this
arm them individually, however you want.
Yeah. So this, I guess, is how it sort of works with the blank card. So you can have you can have 1 leader, 2 champions, and 3 or more gangers. 0 to 2 champions. Yeah, and they cost credits.
Yeah.
And then you can equip them with different weapons, and they cost credits.
Depending on who you pick, they can pick different
weapons. And they can have skills. Leaders and champions can have 1 skill each.
Yep.
So you can kind of tailor, tinker that, and then put them on these blank. Put them on these blank cards, as you like, I suppose. I'm guessing they probably sell more of those blank cards, or will do.
Yeah, surely. I mean, they're quite nice and thick and chunky, but
scenarios in the back, the trap.
So you got so in the scenarios you can see here
tunnel
where
skirmish.
You have your how you're meant to put all your game tiles, these fellas together. And this is how the base game works. You only have the tiles. You don't have, like in Shadow War Armageddon, you don't have all the different levels and all the different terrain. You play it out all on boards.
But yet you can. We'll come on to that maybe. But you can expand.
You can. There is an expansion already coming out now, with this.
I'm just trying to find the fluff here. Oh, here's some fluff.
Well, you are. All of this, lots
here's
of
fluff. I'm just going to have so we normally go through the fluff.
We've got to do a fluff count.
So box contents.
Lovely pictures, all painted up beautifully in a fashion you'll never reach. And just sit
Empire Czars, Necromunda. So yes, anatomy of a hive city. Then some things about the things of the hive city.
All the stuff about the hive city, all the different hives.
Hive cities, houses of Necromunda, the great houses, the clan houses. So here they are here. Cawdor, Delac, Escher, Goliath, Orlok, Van Saar, and that's it. And the Merchant Guilds. So there's no new. No,
in fact, there's less there because by the time Necromunda was done, they'd expanded it to include Scabbies, which were like mutant gangs, and a few other gangs as well.
Kind of religious fundamentalist ones.
They're the Cawdors.
Are they?
Well, I think there might have been another separate gang as well, which were kind of the Ecclesiarchy. I can't pronounce that.
Ecclesiarchy.
Is that the one? Bless you.
Possibly.
Yeah, there was like a religious one. There's Cawdor gang, and there are quite, I think. They all had like hoods over their heads and stuff like that.
Right, yes, I remember now.
And then you had Van Saar, which all kind of reminded me of Sean Connery. And then you had Delac, who were all the bald guys with the round goggles and the long trench coats.
I had the Delac army, or not army, warband, gang.
And again, that's the good thing about this game is you only need about a dozen models or so.
So we like small game models. Yes. Small model count games. We like small
model count game model.
We like small model count games. We do. Where we can paint them, maybe.
Don't like small models.
No, we can maybe paint them. Yeah, we're a bit got our work cut out, but we'll try and do what we can.
Yes. We are.
That's interesting. There aren't very many. There's a little bit here in the front.
Pictures
of the Iron Lords. So I assume
I'm guessing there'll be some pictures at the back.
I'm guessing at the back. No.
Oh, nothing at the back there. Okay.
No. So see, already there's some representation issues going on, which obviously I'm not going to talk about. Because I can't find them. But they haven't got a big painting section. Normally there's a.
No, that's true.
I'm flicking through. I can't see one, which I find is slightly odd.
Yeah, that is true because they definitely had that in the other ones. So anyway.
So that is the Necromunda based game. I don't know off the top of my head, and I probably should have checked how much it actually is.
It'll flash up just around somewhere here any moment now.
So yeah, but I reckon it's probably going to be in the region of
80 odd quid, I'm guessing, something like that.
So that's what you get.
Armageddon was £80, something like that.
There's less plastic. Less plastic.
There is less plastic. There's only 20 models in here, and then some terrain.
But rather than speculate, we'll just flash it up, and that's how much it is.
That's how much it is.
I imagine it's probably on a par with most of their games. You normally get reasonably good value for money out of the box games.
You do. This one you're getting more cards. You're getting the card stock here. GW haven't done many card stocky games like this, apart from
the Betrayal at Calth. Betrayal at Calth.
Oh, that's a good point. Betrayal at Calth. Okay, ignore that. They've done quite a few. Now,
we haven't played those.
No, that's true.
They had some lovely figures in them, but we haven't played any of those.
They were beautiful, those figures. But yeah, it's on our list at some point. God knows when.
So I'm interested to play. I have to say, it doesn't really excite me, but it's not my type of game. It's more your sort of game than my sort of game, I would say.
Yes, I mean, I loved Necromunda the first time round, and I love anything that has campaign settings where you can gain experience and your fighters can get better or get injuries and all that kind of stuff. It's nice to see them evolve because it adds something to it over just a general 40k setting of two armies line up, nearly everybody dies and somebody's won at the end of it.
But isn't that the main game isn't it? You have to buy something else, don't you, to get the campaign rules?
You do. Something like that.
Brilliant segue that was.
Yeah.
Yes, so this is the Gang War gaming supplement that we've also been sent. Thank you very much. And this, I had a quick flick through before we started tonight because it was open. And
there we go.
The Carrion Queens. The Carrion Queens. There they are. So you have to spend more money if you want them in.
Yeah. I've noticed that.
I reserve judgment on that observation.
And even in the first couple of pages there, you can see a great big picture of all the big terrain that you can get. The GW are going to be selling all of the. I think it's got some of the Shadow War Armageddon terrain in there, and it's also got extension bits as well.
I noticed there are extra bits. There's platforms definitely.
There's some pipe work stuff that you can get that's new.
Storm Sector Mechanicus. So that is the
additional rules. True line of sight.
Ooh,
so I think in this version of the book there is stuff in here to simplify line of sight. I'm just going to find it.
Okay, so here's the additional of these rules. I'm just going to read this bit out. The Necromunda has two styles to play: Zone Mortalis, which uses the use of flat board sections or actual Zone Mortalis tiles available separately. So there's going to be Zone Mortalis tiles. And Sector Mechanicus, which uses 3D terrain in the same way as games such as Warhammer 40,000.
Right,
the majority of the rules are identical, with the exceptions listed in this section. So basically, this sector mechanicus bit is the extra thing. So before setting up a game, players should decide whether they're going to play Zone Mortalis or Sector Mechanicus. Presumably, because if one of you's bought a load of 3D terrain, it could be a bit upset if you play the other one.
No, I don't want to use that. And that one has rules for real line of sight for the 3D terrain, whereas this one has diagrams in it for how you would. There's dark sections on here.
And you can't shoot through them.
You can't see through those sections. Those dark sections there are actually the line of sight blocking, and then there's diagrams in the book to show you how you use the actual board sections themselves to determine line of sight.
So they're right, actually. There isn't really much different. I'm having a look. It's only 3 pages of rules, and it's just like a few line of sight things. So like overhangs and ladders, and then leaping gaps and falling off stuff. Which is always fun, falling off stuff.
It's always great fun. It's always great when half your gang gets taken out from falling off of something.
And then it goes to campaigns. Every Necromunda campaign needs to be run by an arbitrator. This is often the person whose idea it was to play the campaign in the first place, and helps if they have good knowledge of the Necromunda rules. Oh dear. They will be responsible for organising the players, keeping notes and records, maintaining any central resources, and so on. The arbitrator is the ultimate power in their campaign, and their word is final. They wish to adapt any of the campaign rules, they can do so. If they wish to add their own bespoke rules, this is also fine.
Is that like halfway through a game? No, I decided on a 1 or more I hit you and everyone dies.
The one exception to this is with regards to the arbitrator's gang. Most arbitrators who want to play in the campaign as well will have a gang just like any other player. Their gang does not get any special bonuses, and the arbitrator is expressly forbidden from abusing their position of power to give a gang any advantages, which is true because very few people in power would abuse that position.
No, obviously. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head that would do that.
No.
I'd be a terrible leader. I want all the things because I'm in charge.
Yeah.
Why are you all tie me up and throw me down a large hole now? And then there's lots of stuff about the gangs, and it looks like lots of
campaign lists,
campaign house lists.
But again, it's only the 2 gangs.
More skills, yes, yeah.
Only the 2 gangs and extra scenarios. So that is Gang War Supplement. There's not much to show you there, so I won't talk about that too much longer. So you kind of, if you want to play longer games, then you do need this. I would say you probably don't need this to start off with because you can manage fine with this. And if you've played Shadow War Armageddon, you probably still don't need this because the line of sight rules look pretty much the same.
Yeah,
and you could probably,
but you do want that.
You could probably adapt that straight away. So you wouldn't need it if you wanted to just see whether you liked playing Necromunda or not. Which presumably, if you play Shadow War Armageddon, you probably do.
And it says in here you've got things like each player can choose 2 tactic cards for their deck. If the total credits in the game is
that's the scenario. Okay.
So that's the scenario, and you've got in the original game 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 scenarios.
In that,
the last one of which uses all the board sections.
Nice.
Into a big sort of layout.
This has got 6 scenarios.
And they're going to be this one. It shows you the tiles and how they're arranged and how setup goes and where you put your people. But in that one, it actually just shows tables with diagonal sort of divides of the tabletop. So it's all how you deploy all of your terrain and stuff like that. But like you say, only Goliath and Escher are in the main box.
So we can imagine we could see small boxes of miniatures arriving in the next coming weeks and months.
Yeah, I presume they're going to do one that'll... I don't know whether... I mean, it's speculation. I'd hope that they'd release all the other gangs in one go. Because a lot of people out there, not everyone's an Escher fan or a Goliath fan. I'm not particularly fond of Goliath overall. I didn't mind Escher so much, but my gang of choice was the Delac gang, the baldies with the goggles on.
Yeah, I had those.
Yeah, so I liked those. Yeah. And I liked...
So they're going to be last, because we both like those.
Oh, yeah.
Well, it's probably a good job, because we both want to play them.
They'll probably never release those ones. They don't like that gang. We're not even doing them. Or I preferred those guys, or Cordal, were 2 of my favourites.
Right, okay.
But
surely you like the ones that were rats.
Oh, the scabby.
I don't know. I just assumed it was.
Well, the scabby ones were all mutated and horrible.
I'd be silly. But
you surprised me.
I forgot what I was going to say.
That's good.
I would be surprised if they released them all at once.
Yeah.
I think they'll release them in drips, but again, I might be wrong. I'm speculating, but I just feel like that actually people will go out. Oh, I'll buy that gang, and then a month later, oh, I'll buy that gang now.
Yeah. They're more likely to sell more gangs if they release them one a month or something like that. But then Shades by they released 2 gangs.
Yeah.
Months later.
I could see they might do 2.
Yeah,
so they might do two at once. And I suppose then you've got, they can do some fluff where the two don't like each other or whatever. And,
yes, because you've got 6 games in total, haven't you? So.
Yeah, and if you're playing with your friend, and you can both buy a new gang and both play against each other. So I could see they might do 2.
Well, there must be 6 games. Yeah.
6,
sure
7, 8.
Gordor, Delac, Escher, Orlok, Goliath, Vansar. Orlok were the other one that came in the original box, and they were like the... I can't even think. They were really generic. They just all had, I remember, headbands on and stuff.
Okay. Yes, they must look a bit like Rambo.
Yeah, they kind of all had like Rambo.
And Vansar were the nobody type ones, weren't they?
Vansar ones reminded me of Sean Connery. They also had moustaches and stuff. It's very disturbing. Maybe just repressing some memories. But so there's 6 in there, so they could very easily do 2 and then another 2, which is what they've done with Shadespire. They've done the 2 and then they're doing another 2, and then that's all of those ones.
I'd like to see a few more gangs, different gangs, and I'd like to see mixed gender gangs.
Yeah.
It'd be nice because they've got that opportunity, and
there's nothing stopping them to doing mixed gangs. I can see that with the Goliath ones, you're more likely to have all male in giant, massive, muscular.
Yeah.
There's propensity more towards the male physique, and with the female one, I see what you've done there. But for all the other gangs, there's almost no reason to my mind why you couldn't have a mix.
No, other than of race and gender. I think this is Games Workshop's opportunity to step up. Hopefully they will.
They won't with race though. They will all be human. What did you say, race, right? Yes, mate, that's what I meant. Yeah, absolutely. Obviously. There'll be no Tau in this game.
No.
I know what you meant. So.
Yeah, okay. Brilliant. Okay, well, that's Necromunda. I think Pete brilliantly dodged that bullet in. But that was very good. I quite like that. That was perfect. So thank you for that. Thank you. Yeah, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was useful. If you have any questions about the components, do pop them in the comments below.
As always, spectacular plastics.
Rude finger. Do pop them in the comments below, and we'll do our best to answer them. We'll try and paint some of these up. I don't know whether we'll record that because I'm not very good at recording things like that. But
and I'm not very good at painting.
We'll try and paint some up, and I will definitely report back on how the sticking together went.
Yeah, because
I'm kind of like your lowest common denominator for sticking stuff together.
Is it Robin friendly?
No, just thank God we don't have to use super glue anymore. Otherwise, you just find me with my fingers stuck together.
With just plastic models, just a sprue sticking up your finger. Hello, everybody.
Basically, yeah.
I'm here. This has been stuck on for a week. I can't get it off. Just wait for my skin to slough off so I can take it away.
Excellent. So, thank you. We've waffled on, but I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it was of use, and we will see you hopefully with a game of this. I'm not sure, we've got a few build up of things now.
Yeah.
But hopefully in the next month or so we'll get a game out.
As much as our schedule will allow, basically.
Yeah, we've got to try and do that before Christmas, otherwise we're doomed.
Yes.
So unless you just come out, wouldn't you just come out for Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas Day, have some turkey, Necromunda.
I'm sure the wives won't mind.
No, they'll be fine with that. They will not mind at all.
Excellent. Cheers, guys. Thanks for watching. We'll be back soon with something. So until then, happy gaming. Bye.